We got about a minute before the actual stream starts, so I figured we might as well go ahead and start working right off the bat. No point in sitting around and just waiting on things to go whichever way I want it to go. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to do the intro down until we actually get to like positive seconds though, which should be fairly soon. We're already at negative 22 seconds in, so we should be somewhere there sometime soon, hopefully. All right, so we have gone over into positive seconds, which technically means I am now live and kicking. So, yes, 3 and 3, 6, 6, 4, 10. So yeah, that's good. So the intro is obviously going to be fairly simple. Today we're going to be doing the Uzi from Modern Warfare 2, one of the lesser used submachine guns in that game because it was overshadowed by so many other very, very good submachine guns. UMP 45, uh, definitely looking at you. Hello, Dimitrov. I see you in chat now. So, of course, I have to do such a prolific gun. Um, it's just such an excellent firearm. It's one of the most reliable. The Secret Service used it for a while inside of the military. Why is this not going? Or inside of the presidential protection services. There's plenty of video of them actually going to pull it out during one of the presidential shootings. I forget which one it is though. And they actually couldn't get the stock to deploy. They were fumbling around with the stock so much, which is kind of sad. I figured the Secret Service would have so much practice in with whipping out their stock like really quick that they would be able to do it, but these guys were unable to do it, which is a tad bit of a letdown, to be honest. Where did that barrel piece go? To get this barrel to click in more positively, I'm just gonna, instead of deleting that part, I'll just do this and then use the axle pieces. Just because, you know, laziness is a thing. And I've already built the Uzi Pro, which is what I'm basing this model off of. And the Uzi Pro is literally just a sized down version of this. So to keep in scale with everything, we are simply doing this. So it is a wonderful Friday morning for me here in Florida. And I'm a little tired. I basically pulled an all-nighter. I haven't gone to sleep since like 4 yesterday, and today is going to be quite a long day. The Florida Predators, which is an indoor arena football team, and I've talked about them before, are having a game today, and a friend of mine has tickets, so he invited me out um, to go see the game with him. So we will be going out to do that, and that is it's going to be interesting, least to say, because it's going to take a lot out of me. I'm tired. I'm really in no condition to technically go, but the other people that I'm going with and whatnot are just uh, it's really worth going at that point. So yeah, that'll be going on today. That'll be pretty enjoyable. I'm gonna go ahead and move this front sight forward. Make sure that you can still aim down the sights in general. Delete off the top of this. And actually, let's redo the front sight and how everything up here works. So for, hey Alex, I see you in chat now. Good luck on your P2000 from CSGO. It's I don't know what the P2000 is because I know they changed the name of it. It sounds like a pistol. I'm pretty sure it's a pistol. And it sounds like the SIG, but chances are I'm wrong because I don't play CSGO. So, yes, the woes of not playing CSGO. Not really, because I'm not that much of a fan of CSGO, to be honest. The only experience that I have with Counter-Strike in general is we played like a really, really old kind of, I don't want to say bootlegged, but it was pretty much bootlegged version of it in gaming class in high school. And every time I played it, I played with uh, some Mexican kid in class. And nothing against Mexicans, by the way. That's not where I'm going with this story. But he was really good with the AK-47, and he would just like melt my face with it every single time I played the game. So I just stopped playing the game. I got tired of that stuff really quick. Like I don't. Uh, it's definitely a skill-based game, and I'm pretty sure if I put a lot of time into it, I'd be more prolific at it than what I am now. But I'm just I'm not really that dedicated to the CS:GO franchise or anything like that. I'm also not dedicated to the fact that I have to buy keys to open crates. If there was some way that I could earn keys in game, I'd be a little bit more happier with playing CS:GO. But considering I can't, I'm not. I like to be able to earn the things that people are getting in game instead of having to buy them, things like that. So that is a pretty ugly front sight. We are going to delete that. I like the idea and how I was trying to execute it, but I don't think that's a good way of necessarily doing it. So I think the other way that we're going to do it is just go with the standard. Kind of build these up a little bit. Plop one of those down. Plop you down, and then use cheese wedges. A lot more talkative when I'm tired, apparently, because this stream is definitely one of my more talkative ones that we have going on as of right now than some of my other ones. Some of my other ones I get incredibly silent when it comes to talking. I really, I don't know why, but it just happens. So here it kind of bulks up just a little bit more over top the dust cover. I've seen your prom today, and right now I'm on LDD building my AR Vesper, trying to figure out where to build the bolt catch. I want it to be like the AUGs just behind the magazine. See, if you were to design Treyarch weapons, I have a much, much higher chance of believing that those weapons could actually exist because doing that just makes way more sense to me than doing the crap that they did in terms of weapon design. So that's awesome. The H&K P2000 is a German semi-automatic pistol introduced late in 2001 and intended primarily for law enforcement, paramilitary, and commercial markets. It is based on the USP. Thank you for that description. That is way helpful. Like you don't even understand how helpful that is. To me, it just kind of sounded like the PP2000, which is why I was getting I don't want to say confused, but slightly like what is it? Because Counter-Strike, like I said, changes names of weapons and whatnot because of licensing uh, issues or other types of things. So yes, but thank you for that. That is extremely helpful. It's probably, if it's based on the USP, then it's probably in 45 ACP. Because I mean, 45 ACP, man. It's a big, big cartridge. I shot a 380, which is a really small cartridge in comparison to a 45 ACP, and it rattled me pretty good, to be honest. Then the downside to that was that the gun that I was shooting, that was 45 ACP, is a carry gun, and it was a really, really small grip, and I couldn't get a firm, well-rounded grip on it, so that's where I was having the most issues in terms of getting my grip out of it, and that's why it rattled me so much. But at the same time, kind of scaling that up to 45 ACP standards is intimidating, least to say. It definitely it's probably gonna hurt, to be honest. But I am really looking forward to it. So this rear sight's pretty much just a scaled up version of the back sight. So that's all we are going to really do is scale up this back sight so that it looks like the front sight. And then it again kind of bumps up into this higher ridge for the dust cover. So I am fairly happy with that all along here. So everything from here up we can just duplicate. And then it's a little bit higher, so we can do that. And that'll turn out to be our iron sights. To do the barrel, I want to say this thing here, which is actually what holds the barrel in place, you just unscrew that and the barrel will come out, is a little bit bigger, so we will go ahead and extend that out a little bit and then change up that piece into one of these. And because it has this little end on it right here, if we put this behind the hole, like so, then it cannot come out, which is awesome. Because then you don't have to worry about, like if you're pulling off the barrel, you can pull it off, pulling off the barrel, you can pull it off like section by section, and then you don't have to worry about pulling off all of it. So if you just want to replace certain bricks, you can replace just certain bricks. And I'd go to say that that is the barrel done. Now then, right about here is another little rib. So we're going to do that. I'm going to kind of build this on up using plates a little bit more, just to kind of give it a little bit extra strength. Your plates are always going to be stronger in terms of grip strength and whatnot when it comes to this type of stuff. And then I will probably take, I shot a P99, which is similar, 9x19 millimeter Parabellum 40 Smith & Wesson 357 SIG, and is based on the USP Compact. I can't see some of it because of my Arizona T, which I'll go ahead and I'll move. I haven't shot the P99. I was taking a look at the Walther P22, which is the 22 version of the P99, and I might pick up one of those. Emphasis on might, because It's a tad bit. People say that it is unreliable, which, to be honest, most 22 style pistols are. And the reason 22 style pistols are is because uh, the amount of back pressure needed to operate a slide is fairly substantial, and 22 caliber cartridges are unfortunately not able to provide such back pressure. So yes, so that is of course a problem. So I don't know if I'm going to pick up a P22 because I don't know if it's going to be a reliable enough pistol for me. If it is, then good. If it isn't, then bad. So, uh, my ex-girlfriend has a P22, but she's never shot it, and I was gonna ask her how it felt. So, yes. Let me send out a group chat real quick. There we go. So yeah, this is gonna be the bottom of the handguard. I removed the I refrain from saying pistol grip because it's obviously not a pistol grip, but I removed that because we are about to. Oh, crap, that's not good. That is not good at all. Uh, if this is one, this is sitting on there, then this needs to come down by like two more. And then to get it completely flush, this would have to be a 10. Delete that, make this a 10. Come through with cheese wedges to start the slope off. And then continue the slope underneath using plate pieces. Will I be making these stock for the Uzi? Probably. It's seen in game, but it's just one of those things where if I feel like doing it, I'll do it. If not, then I won't do it because I'm pretty sure it's a wire kind of stock, and they tend to be just a tad bit difficult to do out of Legos unless you're using Technic pieces, which is I don't want to use Technic pieces, but if I have to, I will. Technic pieces for me kind of ruin the overall cleanliness of a model, if that makes any sense. Any more details on this side? Okay, yeah, so I was going to do this section right down here, which should be fairly easy to do because it's the same length as these ribs. So what we can do is just grab a 12 because that is the full length there. Put down a 3 and a 2. And what I want to do is because this edge right here sits out a little bit more, is use these pieces right here, which I don't think, yeah, they don't have enough room. So we'll go down another layer and then we will throw those pieces on out into the model itself. I need to move my foot out from underneath me because I can kind of feel it falling asleep. So I am adjusting. Sorry if you guys hear anything that you don't want to hear. Alright, so to do this, make sure that this does not fit on this side. Okay, well then, I don't want to go too far down. I guess it does hang down a little far, doesn't it? So I guess we'll go down another one. And now we will take and put these on. Going back. Of course, I'm going to probably do something with the trigger because it definitely needs to be moved. Make sure that's the right piece that I want it to be. Take this on forward. Plop that there, plop that there. Boom. And boom, boom, boom. Just like so. Now then, I believe we should be able to put the grip back on, but after we get this trigger on out of here. Dang it. Should have went with that farther one. I'm going to say that's where I want it. I need to actually need to make this entire section right here longer by at least 2 studs. Then I need to lengthen out the back just a little bit as well. I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it one stud back. Now we'll put that back one where it was supposed to go originally. Which is right there. Something seems off. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll take this backwards a whole another 2 more studs, and then we'll grab this and take it back a whole bunch because I don't have enough room for the trigger from the looks of it, which is not good. Something just looks off in my scaling somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it's where I'm trying to place this grip. Damn it. Stupid thing. It looks better, but now I'm gonna have to come up here and readjust the upper receiver, or the receiver, to make it look better. Plus the shell ejection port itself. Put that down there. Flip this one around. How big is this piece? 4 by 10. Switch that over to a 4 by 12 so that we could stick out an extra 2 studs. Make this a whole 6 out the back. Move this back over top of here. Delete out all that. Delete out all of that. Let's go ahead and grab all of this and pull it on backwards all the way like so. And go ahead and grab everything in our bolt so that we can take it backwards as well. Hey Jim, I see you in chat now. Just working on making the Uzi from Modern Warfare 2, trying to get all of the scaling down correctly because we just had a tad bit of a problem with the scaling. But I believe we've gotten it sorted out now. So we are chipping away at finishing up the back end of the model as of right now. Plop this on down like so. Grab a 4, grab a 4. Put that on in there. Yeah, it's a really cool gun. And it's one of the most like prolific, I cannot say that word, guns in history. I was saying earlier in stream that the Secret Service has been seen using it. Uh, there's plenty of presidential footage. Again, I forget which president it was, but when one of the presidents was almost assassinated, you can actually see the Secret Service fumbling to get their rifles out in use, which is a really, really interesting video. That is if you go with the underfolding stock, because they later changed it to the side folding stock because, well, a lot of people were having troubles with the underfolding stock, even though it's honestly one of the easiest stocks to deploy. You literally just like slam into it with the palm of your hand and then it deploys. So, oh, I did not mean to use those pieces. I kind of like it better with the underfolding stock, to be honest. It just looks cooler to me. Just kind of hoping that these would take up the entire length of the model. But that is good enough for that side over there for now. Come in and get this side with the ribs going through it. Thanks, mate. I like the way it's turning out so far. I was having a hard time seeing it when I was first building it because of the scaling issues that I was having, but now that we have adjusted everything backwards a few studs, it is looking much better, though I'm sure it's not at its peak just yet. We need to keep going, and eventually it'll hit a certain point where it's just the absolute best that we can make it, and then we will call it the end for this stream. It's like so. Good luck with that, dude. It's a that's a huge, huge undertaking. You you kind of noticed how I was building it, and then I just kind of stopped. There's a reason why I just kind of stopped. I just I really didn't want to do that model. Not that it's like a bad model or anything. I just did not want to do it. Take the rubber pad off of the magazine. Now we got to do the trigger and trigger guard, which should be somewhat simple. Yeah, that I want to say I started doing the newer op like a month ago and then just stopped because I just no. I noped right out of doing that model, that's for sure. Good luck with yours though. Like hopefully you get it done because I don't think there's a lot of them on YouTube, to be honest. Not enough. There needs to be more. Yeah, these I think it's definitely possible to do it brick built, but the problem with doing it brick built is it probably doesn't hold up like Technic would, which is why Technic is so good to use in these types of builds. I don't even know how I'm going to do the side folding stock on it. There's so many plates and stuff on the outside here that getting it to fold correctly is going to be incredibly difficult. Get on there, come on. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of the mechanisms and stuff that we use revolve around using Technic, so I don't know what we would have done either, to be honest. Why don't you... Is it this piece that prevents you from going up there? I need you to go up there, thank you. Alrighty then. Those pieces are close enough. Like, fairly close enough. We're just gonna pretend that they connect. YOLO. I hate messing with the hinge pieces in LVD, and it's gonna give me a really bad headache that I don't need because uh, the current build that I'm working on has already given me enough of a headache, to be honest. I don't want another one. Or another bigger one. Hello, Superboy. See you in chat now. So, yeah, triggers and safety mechs are usually Technic, and if you're got into experimenting like me lately, your um, crap, what's it called? Your bolts and whatnot are also made of Technic because I've been kind of experimenting with that recently. What am I doing? I can literally hide these pieces and then come in and delete as I see fit. I gotta say that's a good spot for it to be. I can't think of like a single gun I haven't used Technic on, to be honest, in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's just like the base, these hole pieces, I've pretty much used it on every single gun. So, generally speaking, what I use as a trigger stop is one of these pieces, and then I run a Technic post through it that you can adjust to whichever desired length that you want. So that's basically where I'd have it. See, Jim, you like literally you can't think of any single Lego gun that you haven't had some form of Technic in. It's really difficult. I think Technic is just such a prolific piece of thing that we use. Like, it's just so useful that everyone uses it, basically. If you're wondering why I didn't put anything where the trigger is for the rubber band reset, it's because the reason I used the 3 long pin is to give you a little bit of room to adjust, and at the same time you can put the rubber band here and then wrap it on the other side of here. So that's the reason I did that. So for those of you ever wanting to do anything like that or ever want to use a technique like that, pretty simple technique, pretty easy to do. Hey John's Logo Guns, I see you in chat now. I use those 1x2 hinges and 1x2 half plates for trigger stops. 1x2 hinges and half plates for trigger stops. Pretty sure I know what you're talking about. I believe so. And I feel like that's too, it dips down too much. So let's readjust this. Okay, that explains everything. I didn't recognize who you were. I thought you were someone new to chat. But now I recognize. So we're good. Thanks, Superboy. Means a lot. Probably not on Hangouts because he's on stream. He probably just used this chat instead. Yeah, like I said, he's not there because he's here. Which op are you talking about? Because the new op that I was making is no more because I stopped making it. I was like, huh, I can do a 5 stud wide op. And then midway through the live stream, I just kind of realized that I didn't want to do a 5 stud wide op, so I was like, screw it. So it's just kind of sitting there, rusting away, doing absolutely nothing. Because, laziness, it's a thing. It affects all of us on the inside. I don't have an Instagram. Well, I do, I just don't use it. I'm not going to make it public either, so. It is not happening, mates. Yeah, I think 5 stud op is the way to go. The problem is I'm just too lazy. If you can do it, more power to you, mate. Obviously, this piece will connect up there and I give it a little bit of that angle that it has. But I'm not going to fool around with that on stream because it's going to take me forever. Ooh. Okay, I see the half plates that you're talking about now. Oh boy. So we are doing fairly good, to be honest, in terms of stream. I haven't had much problem. Oh, uh-oh. So I say that we're doing pretty good on stream, and then it immediately starts turning red bar on me. So I jinx the shit out of it. Great. Great, great, great. Um, it is hard to do 5-stud wide Lego guns because of the Lego pieces. Lego doesn't seem to want to support the whole 5-stud movement. They're generally speaking just using smaller or like even, as we've been saying. So right now, I don't know if the stream is frozen or if it's sitting there from when I was moving around, but it currently is. We're doing pretty bad right now. Yeah, stream is buffering. Shit. That's not good. I think we're back up and running. Is it still as choppy as what I just saw it is? Come on. I need the screen to rotate on my preview screen so I can figure this out. Because I think it's still choppy. If it like suddenly teleports halfway across the screen, then I know it's still choppy. And that's not good. But I think we're back up and running like we should be. Are you gonna come on? So my preview stream isn't moving at all, which I have a problem with because it should be moving and it's not. So yeah. Yeah, we just started red barring again.